Hello, and thank you for joining me. This is Living Dread Girl with Locks, Knots, and Stitches, and today we're going to go over toe guards for skates, mainly used in roller derby. So, I have designed two kinds. Your basic that just goes over the front toe, and the one that covers the front toe and all the way up the skate to cover the stitches. Which, for me, personally, is a great thing. I have some issues with laces. As you can see, I had to lace my skates up a certain way because my toes hurt if I don't. So to use two separate laces, this cleans it up for me and makes my life a lot easier. So first, what I did was, I designed this one. This is 100% cotton with 100% polyester crochet thread mixed in. So it's basic toe coverage. You have your two lace holes and then your toe stop hole. I used, this is Peaches and Cream in the psychedelic colorway. It is 2 ounces and 56.7 grams. I made 2 sets of these, one for me and one for a friend. And I still have enough left over, as you can see, to finish up the lace flap should I choose. I'll show you the thread. It is a polyester thread, and that was just to give it added strength. When you do knee slides, you're going to scrape the ground. And I just thought that would give it much more strength. So that was the first design. And this was the second design and second yarn choice I decided to pick. So first I crocheted, again, the basic ones. And then I added the flap. So the difference is the yarn I used. This was an odd yarn, but I thought it might work because it was a mixed thread. It said Fashion Plus. There's no colorway on here. It is acrylic, polyester, nylon, and wool. It has a pretty good texture. It is slightly more stretchy, giving it a little bit more give. So that was another thought, that it would just be a bit more durable and hold up a little bit better. So only time will tell. Generally, something like this, obviously these are going to take abuse. So whether you're using leather or crocheted, they're not going to last forever. So you're going to need a 4mm crochet hook. Reason why I chose the smaller one instead of a 5, because these are worsted weight yarns, is for a much tighter stitch. And then you're going to need your scissors, your darning needle, and you may need stitch markers. This is heavy on counting your stitches, so if need be you may want to use stitch markers so you don't get lost. Alright, so let's get started. So first we're going to start with a slip stitch. And then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, in that first chain we're going to slip stitch it together. Chain 1, I should say. Alright, and then I like to keep my tail up over my little circle I made so I can crochet in my tail and not necessarily have to worry about weaving it in later. So in the center, we're going to put 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to slip stitch, and before we go any further, I'm going to turn it over and pull this tight. Alright, so now we just did that slip stitch. In that same stitch, we're going to put 2 single crochets. So that's 2. And then in all the next stitches, we're going to put 2 single crochets in each remaining stitch as well, giving us 12 stitches total. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Pardon me, a little under the weather today. Alright, so we have 12. Like I said before, this yarn is in a ball. I did not cake it, so having a little trouble pulling it out. Alright, something I just want to point out before we continue. Right here is that slip stitch. So just remember that is not a stitch. That's your slip stitch. And you're going to see that in between this last stitch you made and your next stitch. So just kind of remember that. So you're going to skip over that stitch and crochet. Oops. It's a little tight at first. And you put you want a really tight gauge here. Alright, so we're going to slip stitch. Alright, so now our next step is we're going to put 2 single crochets in that same stitch we just slip stitched into. So 1, 2. The next stitch we're going to put 1 single crochet. It makes 3 stitches. The next one after that we're going to put 2. 4, 5. Next one after that we're going to put 1, and we're going to continue around until we get 18. 16, 17, and 18. So now we're gonna, so there's your previous slip. We're gonna skip that and slip stitch into that first single crochet. Alright, now you're going to do the same thing again for the next round. Excuse me. So we're going to put 2 single crochets in that first stitch that we just slipped into. Whoops. Okay, so that's 1, 2. Then we're going to put a single crochet. And that's in that next stitch, so now we're at 3. Then 2 single crochets. 4, 5, single crochet, 6, 2 single crochets, 7, 8, and we're going to continue around. $25, $26, $27. So now we're up to 27 stitches. Excuse me. So there's my little slip right there. So now I am going to slip stitch in the first single crochet of the last row again. Okay, so now we are going to we're just going to single crochet all the way around, and we're going to do that for 3 rows. So that would take you rows 6, 7, 8. Alright, so I'll see you back when we're at the beginning of row 9. It's 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, previous slip, and then we slip into the first stitch, the previous row. Alright, so you should have something that looks like this. If you want to flip it out, because that's the right side, go right ahead. And you'll see it has an interesting shape to it, and that's the stretch around the toe. Because as we know that the toe is kind of a funky shape. Alright, so now is the time you may want to get your stitch markers out and use them according to the pattern. Alright, so we're going to single crochet in the next 7 stitches, including this first stitch you slip stitch into. Alright. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we're going to put 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. So that's 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then we're going to put, in the next 2 stitches we're going to single crochet. 1, 2, and then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to single crochet, so this is a stitch that you single crocheted in and then chain 3. And then we're going right into the very next stitch. We are not skipping any. And then we're going to crochet 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once we get to 7, we are going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then right into the next stitch we're going to put 2 single crochets. So 1, 2, and then again in this stitch 1, And then we're going to single, there should be 7 single crochets left until the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we're gonna slip stitch into that first stitch. Alright, now for row 10. Excuse me. So again, you may want to use stitch markers according to your pattern if you have trouble counting. So we're going to do 13 single crochets. So 1, 2, and always remember to go into the single crochet you slip stitched in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, so now, right here, you have the chain 3. We're going to put 4 single crochets in that chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now to keep our stitch count correct, let me bring this closer for you. Right there, you're gonna put a single crochet in, and that's gonna keep your stitch count correct. So you see that little hole I'm pulling up? So we're gonna go into there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And that's just to keep our stitch count even, and continue to make more of these with the exact same stitch count. So again, we're at the chain 3, so we're going to put 4 single crochets in that chain 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, once again, you have that spot that you need to get that single crochet in right there. Okay, it may not seem like a space, but it is. Alright, so now we're going to put in 11 single crochets, and that should take you to the very end, and you should have a total of 39 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, and right there is our slip stitch. So that's the stitch we are not crocheting into. Alright, so now we're slip stitching into the first single crochet of that row. Alright, so we're going to do 38 single crochets all the way around. That's not going to take you to the full space. So you're going to stop exactly at 38, and that includes this first stitch that you slip stitch into. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 35, 36, 7, 38. Alright. We are now going to chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And we're going to skip 3. Now, I want you to be very careful because that slip stitch right there is not going to count. So we got this, which would have been 39, correct? We're going to skip to that first stitch, that's 2, 3, and we're going to single crochet into that 4th stitch. Actually, slip stitch into that 4th stitch, sorry. Okay, and that was row 11. Now we're going on to row 12. So for this one, you're going to single crochet back into that stitch you just slipped into. Okay, and then we're going to put 2, 3, 36 stitches all the way around. 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'll meet you back and show what we're going to do once we get to 36. 34, 35, I'm sorry, this is 35, and this is 36, sorry, just making up numbers here as I go. Alright, so we're at 36 stitches. So now we're putting 10 single crochets in this chain 9. And this is your hole to go around your toe stop. So your toe stop hole. Sorry, my voice is a little crackly. Excuse me. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'm just going to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. No, I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, and then, so that's your slip stitch right there. And this is your first single crochet. So we're gonna slip stitch into there. Alright, so you joined it together. And now we are going on to row 13. So we're going to single crochet in the next 13 stitches, including the first one you slip stitch into. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So at 13 we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And once again, we are not skipping any stitches. We're slip stitching, or I'm sorry, putting a single crochet in the very next stitch, and we're going to do a total of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So once we get to 10, excuse me, we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright? And then once again, we're going right back into that next stitch. And we're going to single crochet. If I can read my pattern, I believe it's 22 stitches. And then slip stitch to join. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's make sure I counted right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. So, sorry, definitely 23. I will have a much polished pattern up by the time I post this video. And I got a little fuzzy there. Alright, at this point, if you just wanted to make the basic toe guard, this is, and even if you want to do the other one, we're going to slip stitch and we're going to skip that slip right there that we created. And we're going to slip stitch into that first stitch. We're going to get our scissors. Excuse me. We're going to cut our yarn. We're going to pull that all the way through. Okay. At this point, if this is all you wanted to make, you would stop here and leave in your ends. But let me just point out the shape here. So this is to be able to mold around your skate a bit. Because obviously, you know, we have different feet, different types of skates, different brands. That's why it has that weird shape to it. So it's a bit more moldable and can hug all the skates. Okay, so now I'm going to put a slip knot in. To do the longer portion with the lace guard, we're going to go into this eyelet and we're just going to put in, obviously, put in 2 single crochets. And the reason why I did 2 and not do a come off the side, I tried it and it, you know, you slip to the side and put 4 in it. It really was not pleasing to the eye. It was really pretty rough looking. So if you just put 2 single crochets in your eyelets, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoops, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then again, we're going to put 2 single crochets in that eyelet. Now, we're going to turn, we're not going to chain 1, and we're just going to go right into that first stitch and single crochet. So we're just going to single crochet, and we're going to continue to do that. So and it's fairly simple at this point. This is a type of pattern where if you want to do a solid color and put like a cute little initial, star design, like a graphic, like a graph toe guard, I mean, you'll be able to do that. And get that last stitch. And we're just going to turn but not chain 1. So this is going to be a total of, including that first row, so this is the second row, a total of 19 rows. So I'll come back once we have that done. Okay. And almost there. Okay. Alright, so that was, we did 2 rows together, and then we did 17 off camera, so that's a total of 19 rows. Excuse me. So, we're going to turn our work, and then we're going to go ahead and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I'm going to bring this up close. Okay, you see where I chained 3? I'm going to skip this stitch because that is a active stitch that we've been using. So 1, 2, so 1, 2, and then we're going to single crochet in that third stitch. So that's, and we're going to do 9 more of those. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chain. Now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then now, so you have, sorry. So we got 1, 2. So now this is the odd part. We're just gonna slip stitch into that last one. Because remember, even though we slip stitch, that's still an active chain or active stitch. Okay? And we're going to turn our work. And now we are going to do a 4 single crochets in your chain 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to do 10 single crochets in the next 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whoops, 9, 10. And then now we're at our chain 3 right there. So we're going to do 4 single crochets in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And now to end this, sorry for the fidgetiness, right here. So I'm going to get a little bit closer to show you. So that stitch right there on the side, you just want to slip stitch into. Alright. Cut our yarn, pull that through, and now you have your full piece. Now in the middle, we already crocheted this middle piece in, so we are just going to cut it. Alright, and now we're going to take our needle Woo! Fighting with that is pretty rough. Alright. And there you have it. Your crochet toe stops by Living Dread Girl. Thank you so much for watching. This is Locks, Knots, and Stitches.